It never gets old. It really doesn't. I think Sin every time I talk to him, it never gets old. So,
I
what's
think it
up,
gets
guys?
louder.
You think? I don't know how to control that. I'm not good at this. Hey, so yeah, look, we're back. It's been like what 5 or 6 weeks since we've done one of these. So
Yes.
good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Good to be back on here with you. I got something in my eye that sucks.
Is it a twinkle in
Um,
your eye for the absolute delight and excitement you have towards the stream?
it is. I am ecstatic. I am tickled, if you will.
You
To
look so tired. Shut up with the lies.
I don't know what you're talking about. Think I'm being lazy. There's nothing going on here. It's too easy. Um, what's
If
up,
the
Rooster?
camera
How you
just panned
doing?
down, it'd be you in like heart underwear.
No, 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 no. No, you're right. There is some weariness going on here, but all for good. All for good. Everything going on here. What we're making happen here is just phenomenal, dude. How good was Saturday? Last Saturday was just crazy.
Saturday was very good. I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you to
Uh,
everybody that came out. Oh God. Uh, Opening day. Those of you who know, our first, not even our grand opening. It's just our Rumble games, our prep games. First opening day, 87 players came out, and came out at 10 a.m. and we had people. The last person left at, I think it was just shy of 11 p.m. So it was a crazy, crazy, awesome day.
I should
Super
know I was
cool.
there. That was good.
Yep. You guys all know, by the way, anybody joining in, you guys know that we ramble for a couple of minutes. We go through, we do the upcoming, what's upcoming, and then we bring our special guest who's sitting lovely in the green room right now, waiting to come on in. That is Z Monster himself. Uh, we will
Very
have him in
organic
shortly.
segue, sir.
So you like that? I'm rolling my way right on into you. I realize, there's some people watching, and I've seen it happen before. I'm trying to get better at this. People will chime in, or people will watch, and then if we're not talking about the thing or they're not sure, like meh, and then they fade away. So I want to let everybody know, those that aren't familiar with the format, this is what we do. This is how it flows. And in just a few minutes after we finish our opening, we'll get right to it. So
Listen, let's lay it out. If you're on the internet and you come across this live stream, just watch it. You're already on the internet. You're not doing anything. Just stay and watch. All right. There it is.
no. All
It's
right.
either this or some weird compilation of your favorite cartoon character. Just stick around.
um. All right. So I mean, we're a couple minutes in. We might as well. We could jump right into it if you wanna. You wanna just throw out the
Two events. Two I'm going to talk about. Two
two of them.
events.
All right. Only the two.
On the same weekend, but there's three
Oh,
total. Gotcha.
okay.
I'm
So,
going to keep this super short because honestly,
hey, that's how we.
December was when Airsoft burnt bright. So things are dying down a bit. But I digress. I'm going to be super brief on the first one and then go on about more of the other two. Uh, this month, the 17th to the 19th, holy guacamole, Iron Fury. We're going to have the man himself go into the fine detail, the minutia, talk about the accoutrement of the event. That's going to be
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm congested and I pronounced that really weird. Moving right along. So, going right into February, the weekend of the 21st to the 23rd is double booked. I don't know why I like doing that. We have Thunderdome 6 in Durham, North Carolina at the Northgate Mall by the fabulous Kevin Christopher Walker, who is working for the fabulous Operation Lion Claws. It is going to be a force-on-force mall game. It's a Grand Canyon. Have you not been to the Grand Canyon? Go to the Grand Canyon. Have you not played in a
Absolutely.
mall? Go play in a mall. Fantastic. It's selling out. Go do it. Unless it's already sold out. But anyways.
I think it is sold out, but yeah. Give
All
give it a
right.
shot anyway. You never know. If you
Ha
haven't made it,
ha.
do it.
Ha ha ha. No, I'm kidding. Fabulous event. But speaking of that very weekend, by golly gee willikers, something more local. in the state and something I'm attending. That's right, a split DEO adventure. Papa's going to Thunderdome, and I'm attending Flames of the Rebellion by Mind Game Productions at the fabulous DV8 Airsoft Field in Lithia, Florida. It is going to be a Star Wars Airsoft roleplay event. Bounty Hunters, Empire, Rebels, Black Sun, join us. A fabulous time. Fun fact, we're sponsoring that event, much like we're sponsoring Iron Fury, much like we're sponsoring.
It wasn't supposed to happen. I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Everybody boo this man in the comments. But
I know why. Look. Sorry. Go on. Continue on. I'm sorry. Everybody. I thought
it's going to be a good weekend. Follow Mind Game Productions for more details on Flames of the Rebellion. For more details on Thunderdome, follow them on Facebook and all other relevant social media handles. Again, I'm not going to talk much about Iron Fury because we have the fountain of information here himself. Stamped, done, punctuated. That's it. Boom.
Is that that's how we're doing it? And with that.
Cut.
And with that,
There he is.
Oh man,
so organic. It's all so organic.
So
organic. No.
It's totally organic, which means it's worth more.
Absolutely. Do you not know?
Hey man, look, organic ketchup is worth more than non-organic ketchup. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, because tomatoes aren't tomatoes.
I massage the tomatoes before I gently squeeze them into a paste.
Yes. So, so here we are. To talk about the two events that I really want to go to, because we always seem to double book, or we always have the Aldi of live streams. Get your fucking quarterback when you turn in your basket at Aldi. Anyways, people don't know that.
People don't know what he's talking about. Actually,
no. At all.
Oh, the shopping cart at Aldi. You put I know exactly what you're talking about. If you don't do that, you're animals. Don't vote. Don't go outside. Sorry, go on.
Sorry. So we've missed the Galactic Warfare one almost every year. They did one at 878 here in Texas, and it was
Galactic
the same
Civil War.
Yeah, and we missed it because we were at Crossbones or Bone Crusher, and so I was like, all right, there's one in Florida. Let's figure. Why does that weekend look? Damn it! So, all right, next time we will go because I have Dale in full. He's got like the full regalia. I know we're like talking about that one, not talking about Fury, but we'll get there. Trust me.
Actually, side note on what you're talking about. So the event in Florida adopted Galactic Civil War GCW's rule set. Yeah, we're now a part of that. So come to Florida, Sal. Come to Florida.
If it wasn't my 25th wedding anniversary, I would. Otherwise, yes, I'd have bounty hunters really coming after me. Okay, so here we are last week for Fury.
Yes.
And it is awesome to see the questions rolling in. Snick went out there just for the show tonight. He went out to the field and took video. Ooh. I don't know.
Toucan.
Wasn't me. Sounded like me. Boo that man.
I'm Shaggy. It wasn't me. No.
Okay. So Snick went out there and did some video because Snick has now talked to all the North Carolina park rangers, got all the access to the field. And so he was like, hey, they just did a controlled burn. I want to go see what's left of the field. So he went out there and actually the field looks great. So yeah, we're excited to be at Hibernia. Weather report is just getting better and better.
Oh, is
better.
It? Oh,
yes.
Oh, thank God.
So yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
You're in Texas. We're in Florida. If it anything under like 50, it's cold.
We're dropping in the streets, asking for rescue services to come get us. It's bad.
People don't realize that iguanas fall from the trees when it gets too cold. Like that's what Floridians are used to.
Iguanas, crackheads.
Yeah. And alligators do this hibernation thing. They're not dead. Anyways. So here we are. The weather report is getting more and more favorable. So we've got that going for us. I know there's people waiting to buy tickets because they want to see what the weather's going to be like. Hey, if you were there with us at Viking, it is going to be fine. The weather will be just about the same as it was at Viking. Little nippy, but the sun will be out. It'll be a dry cold. So get out there and have a blast. The run up, watching the two sides, because this is a different venue than we normally do. It's not 3-2-1 game on, battle for the points.
I was going to ask you to go into that because this is Iron
Okay.
Fury. It's a different kind of game. It's not the same as Viking. It's not the same. It's a different kind of game. So if you talk about that real quick, let everybody know.
So similar to when we put Iron in front of the name, so Iron Dagger, Iron Fury, it's a challenge to the players to find that wall, so to speak. Where the first round's 5 hours. You're going to get away from the parking lot for 5 hours. And, hey, Wiener, you're going to get away from the parking lot, camping area, whatever you want to call it, for 5 hours. Bring an assault pack. Get involved in a battle for 5 hours. And, your commanders have great strategy. Werewolf. Hey, what's up, Chris? So the strategy aspect. It matters more now because it doesn't matter how many points you have in between. Like, the end of round one, it was 147,000 to 162,000. Still anybody's game. No. And the people go, I trust the score, but I'm just not, what do we own? Like, okay, great question.
Mm-hmm.
With the Iron Dagger, Iron Fury, you can actually see the front line. You can actually, it's more like a real war where you see we own this part of the island, they own this part of the island, this front line aspect, and it's going to develop after mission 1. So when you guys go into your stagnant positions for a little bit to do a little bit of resupply, get your medic bags refreshed, and then issue new orders to kick back off for mission 2. Papa will not get lost in a snowbank. He'll be all right.
I've got
absolutely rude.
Yeah, I got a little flag that sticks over my head.
Yeah. So the aspect of it being a war, the guys are asking me, Sal, every time you guys have an event, you usually have a book to read. Well, the one that kind of got us thinking about this was Desperate Ground by Hampton Sides, talking about the war in Korea. And that was the aspect going into, or the inspiration going into Crossbones. So, yep, read them, then read them again. I love it. Read the op order, damn it.
Please.
So, and so, like I've been telling everybody, Snick is the main man responsible for getting us this AO. And this AO allowed us to do a couple of things that are truly unique. One, boats. Each side has boats task organized under their command. Both Eastern and Western have asked me a flurry of questions to go, hey, what does that mean, Sal? That means the boat captains work for you. The boats can carry 10 to 11 folks. You can move 22 to 33 guys in a lift. There's nothing but coastline, man. So, Milson Rooster, that's awesome. There's nothing but coastline. So, yes, if you got enemy to your front, you got enemy to your side, and you guys just can't seem to get past that trench line, maybe it's time, battalion commander, you ask for boat support. Get some dudes on a boat and land behind them.
Yep.
Okay.
There's some very specific, and I'm just going to put this, guys, don't go anywhere. Very specific rules that you're going to want to read the rule set because it's very, very specific. You can get a lot of things wrong. And war crimes, baby.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it. So stick around for that because he's going over the highlights, but there's definitely some more stuff. So,
and I'm really talking about the east part of the island. Okay. If you're a commando or you're soft, no war college shit. Yeah. Thanks, Werewolf. You're going to go to the TCA War College before this is over. Don Monticello. Hey, man, you're not super Milsim oriented. Okay, that's okay because you're going to get your BB on a lot. Okay. especially if you're in one of the line units, Able, Baker, Easy, Grizzly, Dagger, Chaos, Fight, Hate Company. You're going to be pointed in a certain direction, and you're going to be told, "Hey, we need to attack to seize that intersection." There's still objectives. We still have the Cerberus system out there where you've got to put the code in to seize it, because time of possession for objectives matters. But Don, yeah, man, you don't have to be super hua where you got everything on your back, you're humping a rucksack. None of that shit, man. You're not digging a trench line, I promise. But you may want to find some good ground to set up your machine gun. It is. Why do we call it Third Coast Airsoft and not Third Coast Milsim? Because we want to remind people that we use airsoft as a medium to we can do a lot of things. We call ourselves airsoft. We don't take ourselves so seriously. But if you're not too milsim, okay, I'm ex-military and afraid to living the life of a private again. Hey, brother, I know, right in the feels. He gotten a bit old. Hey, man, that mileage had to go somewhere. But you're not going to be told to stand a watch and, hey, give me fire guard. You're not going to do that shit. It's very action oriented. You're going to attack, defend. Good evening. Offense, defense. You're going to do less stability, less support, because that's what the soft guys are doing. And later on, in other events that we have, unconventional warfare activities, you may buy a ticket to go do that. It's there at Fury, but only 48 players are going to go do that. Mm-hmm. And that's for Saturday. So if you are in SOF, 13th SOF, or in Commandos, you will do a Robin Sage style mission in the West. You'll see those guys in civilian clothes. If you're in the main force, you'll be like, what are they doing? Buy a ticket for that if that kind of excites you. Okay. Don, I'm right there with you, man. Sling BBs with fun-ass people at fun-ass events. You're going to get that. You're going to get that in spades, brother. Let me tell you.
Yep.
But it is objective-oriented. It is, hey, we got to go seize this objective. We got to hold this objective. Hey, we got to pull a hasty defense. Check your positions. I'm not having you do sector sketches and range cards. That's a little too hua. That's right up there with checking ID cards at the gate and burning shit. Could be 2 milsim. I don't know. But in this case, you gotta play as part of a team. You gotta have a good time, and then you gotta watch your six, man, because the enemy can land behind you. And so, Iron Fury is really, it's awesome. Don, I want to address that, but I can't because I'm trying to be nice. So we're very action oriented. We're very action focused, and that's because that's what you want. Okay, that's what a lot of guys want. So
to mention briefly of what Don had said, there was a comparison there. I heard some people say, and this is more of the crossover. This is where you don't have to have it is milsim without the 4-hour guard, the sleeping, the sleeping in the dirt with it. There's a lot of it that's not there. This is airsoft milsim, not I want to, I want to relive the good old days.
Digging holes.
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, there's, like I said, there's 31 flavors. Some people like them.
Yeah.
Some people are going to try them all, and that's fine. Go try them all. We kind of want to focus on the action aspect with a milsim touch. Is there going to be artillery? Yes. Is there going to be airstrikes? Yes. Should you be concerned about those things? Yes. In other words, don't bunch up behind your favorite tree. Okay.
Are you guys using the new tagging stuff for the artillery, or
I cannot confirm or deny, but yes, you'll be able to call for fire. And so the guys who are at Viking who saw that at the tier 1 and during the main game, hey guys, when he says spread out, that means get about 10 feet away from 11 feet away from each other, so that way exploding shit doesn't kill you, all of you. So that's real. We talked about drones. The airspace is wide open. Eastern has an Air Force, and the Empire has a Royal Air Force. Western is catching up. We have a lot of people interested outside airsoft in coming to watch this, because short of going to the Ukraine and seeing it, they're like, hey, we want to see how you guys replicate this, because we might want to replicate this somewhere else, Fort
Oh
Polk,
wow, okay.
or excuse me,
Oh.
Fort Johnson, Fort Irwin. So they want to see how we replicate it, because we got some, hey guys, we're really doing this here. We're simulating it in force-on-force conditions. Just tell Sergeant Major not to freak out when young man's wearing his uniform all jacked up.
I will say the drones at Sirius Viking, even just having one or two buzzing around, it's absolute hell. Absolute horrible. Like, just watching, I saw one of the drones kill like 7 people behind a car. I'm like, good Lord, they're effective.
Or when the Royal Air Force is killing vehicles right outside the Alpha.
Yes.
Yep.
A nightmare.
A nightmare.
Yeah,
Especially when they, I know, Doug. When guys are like, Sal, they're killing us right outside the AA. I'm like, well, park inside the AA where you're safe and have this conversation. That's kind of where that needs to be. So they were like, oh yeah. So, or start looking up. Start having somebody pull air guard. Look for stuff in the air.
Air guard.
The first time I saw it was when we were at Crossbones. Was the first time I saw the use of the drones. Yeah, and I loved it. I love the idea of it. I think it's good. I never liked it. Drones are in play, and as long as they're in play, they're in play. That was always my feeling.
And then that forces a whole other aspect of fieldcraft that is ignored in airsoft, where, hey, I see blue sky above me. Probably need to seek cover and concealment from more than just your front.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why I think when the helicopter's there, people start looking up. They're like, hey, man, that helo dude, screw you up. Well, the drones, man, they're 4D. Thank you, Rooster. Don, I would say the Third Coast event to come to would probably be Stonebreaker. Just because of the Huey, or the helicopter, I should say. It's not always the Huey, but you have the helicopter. But I think Iron Fury is going to be one of those events where you don't want to miss. It's hard to say which one's your favorite, because we all have our favorites.
This is my first Iron Fury. This is my first Iron
this is your first Iron anything.
Yeah. I played Viking. I played Stonebreaker. I played Crossbones. And yeah, so this is my first Iron.
You've done Starburst.
Yep, Starburst too. Sorry, I forgot about Starburst.
Yeah, so
Starburst.
It's hard to say which one's my favorite, because I think all of them have their great pointers. But yeah, Don, we're going on number 11. It's one louder than 10. So Stonebreaker 11 is going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, Iron Fury, I think, would really test players in a sense that it's going to make you get a little uncomfortable, because you can't go back to the parking lot as much. If you haven't noticed, we've done away with the breaks between phase 1 and phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Even at Viking, we started at 11, went all the way to 1600.
Yeah, it was a different feel. Like, I was like, wait, are we not going? But no, okay, all right.
That imaginary lunch though happened. Both sides were like, "Don't flee! Where are you going? Going to the parking lot. Don't flee! Come back! And what cracks me up is we agonize. The staff, we agonize over it, because we want to make sure that at a minimum you get 10 hours of playtime.
Yeah. I'll say, from a player standpoint, one of the things that we definitely felt was knowing that it's not 3 hours and then break, and then 3 hours and then break, and you try to embed yourself a little bit more. I've kind of started using the phrase pretend hard. You're there, might as well immerse yourself, pretend as hard as you can, be a part of it, because you're not going back. Don't look to be going back. You're in it. You know, you're in it. So let's just do it. And I think it's a lot of fun.
I think the guys doing SOF and Commando, they're getting a crash. Some of those guys have never done full-on immersive, like they haven't done Centurion before. And so we're doing a miniature version of Centurion not to the level, nowhere near the level that Dave and the crew over there do it, but damn near close enough to where those guys are like, hold on, we got to infill in civilian clothes, and I don't, what I got to take a load of cash to. I'm playing 13 hours, 12 strong. What the fuck did I sign up for? And that's only for 48. That's for 48 of the 350 players that are going to be there. The other 300 Muldoons are going to be getting their BB on, and they won't see a civilian all weekend, except for the youths in the camping area. And then the stories will happen. They're like, "Damn it, I should have done that."
So touch on that a little bit. The different not factions.
So you have two admin-controlled guerrilla groups. You've got the Free Hibernian Resistance, which is the Western guy. They kind of asked for Western help. And then you have the Iberian Liberation Front, which is kind of the Imperial aligned faction. They're all staff. No, you can't volunteer to be a guerrilla. We've asked for, we've brought on specific role players that know what we're looking for. And so these ODAs from 13th SOF and 22nd Commando are going to have to go in there on Saturday. And I know every airsofter's seen that movie 12 Strong with what's his name, Chris Hemsworth. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to tie into a guerrilla force and make it work for all day Saturday. And by Saturday night, if your faction controls Cassaville, the little town way down at the end of the unconventional warfare zone, on Sunday, the conventional players for that side will get to start down there.
Ooh, so nice. Okay?
So you imagine if your side wins it by 2,300 on Saturday night, your commander has the option of starting troops in that part of the park come Sunday morning. So you may be able to see it. You may never get over there. And then, but wait, there's more. The winner, let's say one side gets completely kicked off the island. Like, oh, good, you're bringing up if you get kicked completely off the island. Wow, that's an old one. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have the only ones I have are from Eastern side, so that was the only one I could bring up. If you got another one, send it on over.
I'll send it on over for you. I should have sent you a map. So actually, I can. Give me a second. Like I said, Snick went out there and did a great recon of the AO. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, let me send you that bad boy. All right. And talking to the command elements yesterday, last 2 days, they're starting to realize, man, Cassaville does matter. How much territory my side controls does make a difference. No shit, it's just like the real deal. Just like Ukraine, Russia right now, or the Korean Peninsula. You don't want to get pushed off the island.
Time to become the frozen chosen there and hold your spot as long as you can.
Yeah, or you get evacuated, or you pull a Dunkirk and you have to get pulled out of an area because your command wants to salvage your medical supplies and so Don, get on a boat, baby. Depending on how you have to board it, it may make a difference. Your boss may decide to pull you out, and you guys be up in Doseville, getting on a boat and getting pulled off the X. Or your boss says, "Hey, we want to do a Incheon landing and land somewhere behind enemy lines." The boat becomes a method of transportation. Now, next year when we do Iron Fury 26, we get 3 state parks. We have 2 other ones, and we're looking to do a ring route with helicopter, with a Huey, and doing boat infills. So if you get voted off the island at this one, it's going to suck next year because you're going to have to cross a lake to get there. Yeah.
Good Lord.
The North Carolina has really, they vetted the shit out of us for this, and we got really lucky that they have an off season because state parks, I know in Florida and Texas, we don't close our state parks.
Right.
You know.
This
So-
is no. This is this is really going to be crazy. The idea, you know, look again, guys. Looking at this, when this was the biggest, coolest thing for me is boats. When you say boats, look at the beaches, guys. Look at this thing, boats. You're gonna.
And we cut a small teaser video last weekend with one of the pontoon boats that Snick has access to, where they hit the beach and the guys ran off the boats. And let me see if I can forward that to you, because it was really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Don, it is. So, rolling back to when Sal first told me about this, told me before we were going on a stream. I think we were going on for Crossbones. I think we were going to do a thing on Crossbones, and you told me about it, and we went on. And while we were talking, like all I wanted to do was talk about this, and you're like, you can't say nothing, and like I jokingly was like, can I show it? And Stick was like, no.
Yeah, I shared it among the producers, the fellow producers, because I was like, you're gonna want to see this. I promise you're gonna want to see this. I'll let you pick any one of those that I just sent you over. Because that really captures how we're gonna do it. You know, when guys, am I getting my feet wet? I'm like, no. Boat captains.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I think there's one with the flare. About 20-second video. Yeah, Snick is the keeper of the secrets. We had wanted to do Fury at a location similar to this back in 17 or 18, and it fell through at the last minute. Yeah. So this is the right place to do Fury, just because it allows us to do both the unconventional warfare aspect and the conventional warfare. So again, Don, very action-oriented man. You'll find that we're a veteran-owned company. Between the staff, we actually averaged it out. There's almost 200 years of military experience among the staff, and more than going almost 50 years worth of combat experience. So one day we just said, let's figure this out. We wrote down everybody's names and did all the times of service, and we're like, all right, how much time do you get deployed? Just because we got morbidly curious, and we went, damn, we were going to say we had 100 years of military service. Well, between the three old guys, we're almost at 80 years. So we're like, all right, let's go through the staff. And Jesus, guys, we're almost 2 centuries worth of military experience and more than 50 years of combat experience.
Jeez.
Is that a huge flex? Fuck yes, it is. Why? Because it can be.
You fought most of America's wars. 200 years of combat.
Yeah. So yeah, but that means that the staff has an appreciation for what's fun, what can be fun. We all know what the suck is.
And segueing into fun, hang on, I'll pull this up. Let's see.
So that was I cannot say what beach that was at. Tomahawk Island.
Write that down. Yeah.
There's one where I think I sent you one where they're revving up to come in. It's about almost a minute long.
I'll grab that one if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll talk about our boat rules when you guys play that one.
Oops, let's see. Yeah.
I see a boat
first,
and I see 2 places to place 2 30 caliber machine guns. Yes.
So we'll talk about boat safety, right? Because we had to work some stuff with the Corps of Engineers and with the Parks Department. So, Bobby, secrets don't make friends. Shoo. I've shared plenty with Bumblebee. So, when the boats are approaching, you're going to hear one long whistle blast. That means ceasefire. And then once the downloading of troops is complete and the boats are away out of small arms range, you'll hear 2 whistle blasts, and that means it's game on. So that's the rules for ROE for boats. The boats can't carry more than they have life preservers or life jackets for, so the limitation's at 10 to 11. So yeah, it's This is ambitious, we know, but we got to do it. We just got to do it, man.
Got to do it.
So,
Let me see. Let me see if it'll play it like this. It won't upload it. Let me see if it'll play it like this. Hang on. Let's give it a shot. I don't know. I haven't done it like this before, but we're gonna give it a shot. See what happens.
I hear the engine, and I don't see it.
Is it? It's not showing anything.
I'm not showing anything. You hear the sound though.
Nah.
We're watching it through the theater of the mind right now, sir.
Theater of the mind.
No, I'll cancel. Yeah, it's yeah,
Depends what screen you have.
Yeah, it was
So-
it instead of uploading it first and then playing it, it was trying to upload it from local. It's a little weird.
Yeah. Can dismark troops fire immediately? No, they got to wait for the horn too, Doug. You get off, your feet dry, but you can't move in time yet.
So with that, talk about that real quick if you want to. I know you mentioned it the other night. You get the horns blow, and then there is an engagement. So like holding the beach and things like that. We started talking about that the other night.
So as the boats approach, you'll hear the horn blast. And the reason why the horn blast, one of the guys was, "That's so gay." I'm like, all right, look, guys. Imagine, for you will, that you're about to land on a beach, okay? And you've got all of this naval gunfire and aircraft suppressing the shit out of the beach defenders, okay? Blowing that horn is that effect, okay? So your head's down, you got SWIC, special warfare boat guys coming in, blowing their freaking miniguns, suppressing everything on the beach. That gives your guys time to get off the boat safely onto dry land without damaging the boats, because they are civilian boats, they're not government owned. And then the boats will move out of the area. Once they're at a safe distance, he'll blow the whistle, and twice, and then that'll put players in play. One, we don't want players falling into the water. Two, we don't want to damage property, because a couple of the boats are personal property. The other three are rented. And then the last one is, you're talking about airsofters with all their kit, getting off the boat, getting on the ground, and kind of doing the first pick of cover. And it's like, all right, when the horn blows, I'm going to run my ass to that tree. Okay, great. And the notional aspect is, in reality, you'd have ship to shore rocket barrages. You'd have naval gunfire. You'd have freaking the one guy who couldn't make it through buds now manning twin miniguns on a boat, suppressing everything on in reality. I know guys watch Act of Valor. Okay, so we're taking all that into consideration with these safety rules, and that allows players to get ashore. The question I had for both Western and Eastern Command, because they were really all about the, oh my God, what if we're landing on a hot beach, and my question to them was, why are you doing an opposed landing anyway? You have no element of surprise. Why are you landing opposed? You should be landing where the enemy isn't. Otherwise, hot LZ, that's how helicopters get shot down. Landing on an opposed beach, that's how you get Iwo Jima, Tarawa, or fucking bloody Omaha. That's you don't want to do that, okay? Or let me put it in airsoft perspective. You put a bunch of guys in a box truck and you have them get out and be immediately under fire. Why would you do that?
We have experience with that, Bob.
Yes.
We have experience with that directly.
So both command groups were like, he's got a point. I'm like, yeah, man, I got a point. You don't want to land opposed. And as the boat captain's coming in, he's like, oh, fuck, you guys still want to do this? Yes. Okay. Like, oh, shit,
Imagine you're doing a beach landing and your boat captain is just like, oh, fuck, you're in so much trouble.
Yeah. Y'all may want to rethink this one.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I was about to say that, Werewolf. We're not planning on landing hot. We're preparing for it. Yes, and we are preparing for it as well. Hence the reason why we have the rules set in place. Because now, both sides also have LURS units. Both sides have Alamo Scouts and Recondo who get to go out an hour before the game starts to go set up their ghillie sites, their OPs. So now it's like I got to watch all this, and now I got to watch this beach. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And if you guys saw the map when we had it up before, we'll post it again. It's in the op board. It's one order. It's everywhere. So it's not like you can't find it.
Yeah.
The areas you're going to play in are so diverse. If you wanted to play in a certain type of area, you're going to get to play there.
Yeah.
Beach, woods, open area. You're going to get to play there.
The guys who did Ken Brinkley and Chevy did great ground recon the same week that Snick did the initial recon. Or you have CNN on Purple Beach when you're infilling. Oh man, Somalia. Wow, that's a memory of 1992.
Bit of a throwback right there, huh?
Wow. Yeah, that poor SEAL couldn't get any further underneath that one bush on the Somali beach. Anyways, so hang on. So yeah, so if you go to thirdcoastairsoft.com/Iron Fury, you can pull down the operations order, the game map, a Google Earth file with an overlay. Okay, it's got all the locations that are on the map, like the government house, Keithville, the customs house. There's a dozen different places. Are any kind of structures are in play? Well, there's all the buildings that are in the state park. So yeah, there's buildings to play around. If you can't go on the inside, there's buildings that you can maneuver around them. And that in itself is a challenge. I know there's a play park, a playground that's there that is it's literally in a central location where a lot of action is going to happen. So if you've always imagined, man, it'd be cool to play airsoft around a damn playground, that's going to happen.
I can see it now. Many men dying, dozens in one shot over the mighty slide that's 12 feet long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're talking about a very diverse AO. And then, like I said, Kim Brinkley and Chevy and Snick did a recon, and they found a ton of cool locations, trench lines, hilltops, ridge lines, a very prominent trench system that just kind of, it's dry. There's no water in it. Shoot the kids on the swing. So yeah, Don's getting scared. He's like, "Oh,
it's war simulator, not war crime simulator. Come on, people.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Sticks to kids. Oh yeah. So you have an AO that gives it. I think there's gonna be something for everybody there. And we have technicals. So you're gonna have vehicles running around like the FUPA, like AJ6, like Unit 91. Well, Bartley, what's going on, dude? So yeah, there's a lot going on. I think it'll be an interesting. A lot of people get really salty about the whole drone thing and the artillery and the airstrikes, but anybody who has an appreciation or any experience of the modern battlefield will really appreciate what we try to do at Third Coast, because it is we try to replicate as much as we can from, like, hey man, that drone just dropped something on me. Yeah, dude, you're fucking dead. Pull your dead rag, call for a medic. It's like, damn. I'm like, yeah, man. Well, can we shoot them down? No, you can't do that. More importantly, have you seen how the North Koreans are reacting to drones, the Ukrainian drones? They're not. They're just dying. So, yeah. I think that was one thing that I know. I had one player that was very salty at Serious Viking, but I had to explain to him. I was like, the enemy only has so many bombs, and he had to waste 3 of them on you. Anybody can be killed by a BB. These guys felt you were such a threat, they had to use a limited asset to take
3
you
bombs
out.
to kill one guy.
And he's like, wow. I didn't think about it that way. I'm like, and that's why I'm here, man. To try to show you. So yeah, the TCA battlefield is getting more lethal because we have landmines now. You
Yep.
know, that's a whole other animal for freaking vehicles to deal with.
I think that one.
So,
yeah, there's you guys are bringing it along such to the point, and this is like Toucan and I worked on this for a long time. We always do, trying to bring something to the field that emulates and simulates something without getting anybody hurt or without it being
right.
too corny. Dropping a bomb has always been like mortar systems, things like that has always been the biggest concern, because how
Yeah.
do you have something that can fly far enough, and if it bonks somebody in the noggin, doesn't take them out,
Right.
because you got to think, especially for us, regular, pickup games.
Yeah.
I got kids out there without helmets. At least at a milsim or an airsoft event, people either have helmets or it's, you're generally not dealing with 13, 14-year-olds.
Right.
There may be some, but
or some in spirit.
Yeah, all of us in spirit are 9.
Definitely all of us in spirit. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of our physical statures are 7, but whatever, it's okay.
So what's interesting is when we were testing the mortar system out, we started calling fires in on individual staff members. We're like, coach is in the intersection. Here's the grid, and Godfather's pickling rounds on freaking coach, and he's just like, all right. But we were onto something. We're like, dude, we get enough rounds. We can be hanging rounds for both sides if they call in the grids properly. And trying to explain to folks, we use MGRS, military grid reference system. We don't use a hodgepodge grid system. We actually use an established one.
And guys, for those of you that don't map reading, I'm a dumbass tanker. I learned it. It's not that difficult to do. You go one direction and then another. It's not that hard, and you're only doing 6 digits. So, and if you
because the map is designed, the map is 100 meter by 100 meter. Right. Those little grid squares are 100 by 100. So, yeah, it's not bad.
Not terribly difficult. Find someone, if you don't know how your buddy does, or just do a quick Google search. It's not really that difficult, guys, and it will add to your experience if you can look down at your map and go, "Oh, I need to go here," and there I am. It's not that difficult.
Or you can just totally wuss out and download TACNav, and it'll tell you where you're at, and then you just point on the map where the enemy might be, and then it gives you a grid. We're working on at Doom. We're working on a TTP adjustment for the admins when it comes to calling buildings dead. I think we've got it figured out now. So, yeah. That only applies to 3 locations that have buildings that can be killed with JDAMs anyway. So, yeah.
Chris.
Why are there 6 directions but only 4 pedals? Ooh, party with that guy. But yeah, like I said, Viking is going to be interesting because of the long rounds. With Sunday, there is no more unconventional operations. Everyone's going conventional. The whole field will be in play at that point, and your commanders will say, "Hey, let me play chess and get you guys to move around the battlefield." Things that are changing in 25 is vehicle crews have to wear helmets.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. Vehicle crews. I mean, it's driver, gunner, vehicle commander have to wear helmets. That's just
what. Is that people getting shot because the window's open, accidentally, or is it just a protection thing?
It's a protection thing, and stop suddenly.
Yep.
All right. Plus, when the insurance says "thou must," we do.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that was going to be my follow-up one. A lot of people don't actually understand that insurance does play a factor.
Yeah. It's like, you guys want them there, right? Okay, then there's okay. She's like, wow, I thought you were going to fight me on that. I'm like, no, you're the insurance. Why would I try to fight you on it?
Yeah.
You're like, we can fight you.
Well, yeah, for more,
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to wear iPro. Just pay a little bit more. And you're like,
Oh God,
Oh,
thank you. Please.
no, bad idea. Um,
We're
So-
struggling with that right now with the indoor. I actually created a fourth wristband, a very special rainbow colored wristband that says, uh, uh, "Who needs teeth? Lower Face Pro. You know, you suck," kind of thing for guys that don't want to wear face protection. Okay, if you really, really choose not to wear face protection at an indoor arena, you're welcome not to. And we
Old
have
move,
everybody coming off, and they're like, you know what? I think I'm going to get me a mask. Yes, you are. Yes, you
especially
are.
when you get that first tooth shot out. Um,
whew.
Yeah.
I would say, see, Godfather had a tooth shot out as he was an admin. I had one. I had the side of my bicuspid blown out. It was like 3, 2, 1, game on. I was like,
Oh my God.
really? Like as I was saying, game on, game on, game. Plop! I was like, holy shit. Reaper, no teeth sounds like a good time. You would know. Anyways, so yeah. Okay, so one thing we didn't talk about was tier 1. Tier 1 will be amphibious. There will be an amphibious assault for the tier 1.
Toucan, you sure about your decision?
How about a what now? Something about water, huh? What?
Yeah.
Huh?
So, yeah, Warzone Airsoft. It's hard because when people go, you guys should do events at existing airsoft fields. That's what the airsoft field's for. We have producers that come over. That guy. That come over. That guy. That come over and experience what we do, and then they want to bring it back to their home field. That's what we want. So on the weekends, we don't host events. These guys are.
Yeah.
So
our job is to train these guys up, to send them to you, to get all that happening. Make sure that they've learned everything they need to learn to take it to that next level. You go from JV to varsity.
More like more like a summer league. Anyways, but yeah, dude, I would tell you that the tier 1's going to be pretty epic because they are doing a airfield seizure over the beach, and then they're having to exfil by boat. So that's already up there. We dropped the tier 1 in our Discord. An inflatable unicorn. All right, Justin. West. That got graphic. Toucan, you're out for us on this one, right?
What? It's only going to be cold near the lake. Yeah, man, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I said
I'm excited.
Reaper.
He can't say no to you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that to him.
I sent Reaper the slides, and he was like, "Sal, I'm looking at the list of names here. We're short a few." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, Toucan. I forgot. Yeah, he's on there." Hey, look, everybody, it's Snick.
What's up, Snake?
For the guys that don't know,
I'm going to be the first out 4 and 7 hoodies.
Toucan played as a role player at the Serious Viking Ragnarok operation. That was pretty good. I saw the video and I was just like, oh, he was totally in character. It was great.
I wish I should have. I didn't think about it because I didn't know what capacity he had me in. I would have brought prop blood just for the Archangel going off in the room. So when they found me, exactly, I would have thrown it on a wall, been in a corner like, I'm going to bring it this time, though, despite being out 4.
You got to put blood on a cinder block, too, though. Just saying.
He's got to do the hot fuzz.
Oh, no.
So.
All right, we got 6 minutes. What is one of the most important things you want to tell these guys?
Yeah, Sal, he must be exhausted from actually talking the whole time. This is crazy.
Too soon.
What are you talking about? Anyways.
What are you talking about? Anyways, I would start hydrating. Just because it's cold doesn't mean anything. Just start drinking water. Power back on the sodas and the energy drinks on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Coffee's cool, but you got to offset it with water. You got to start hydrating. Test your kit now. Test your kit with all your snivel gear on. Find out what snivel gear I say snivel gear, like y'all would know, like like a lot of the people out there would know. Your cold weather gear, stuff's going to keep you warm. Find the layer that keeps you comfortable but uncomfortable, because wearing too much is going to kill you. So, really work on hydration and testing your kit fit.
Would you
that's some
say, to a certain extent, have like a semi-ruck capacity for this op? Be able to bring?
Yeah, because
What would
when
you
you
say?
leave the life support area, postpone event. That's funny. Can't, man.
Nice try,
Sorry.
Top. Nice try,
Nice
Top.
try. I like where your head is, though. I really do. This is the cold and flu season. Shut up. All right, squirrel. I would bring an assault pack with extra socks in a waterproof bag, Ziploc bag. I would bring snackage, extra BBs, extra batteries, gas if you need it for your pistol or your stuff. Extra rounds, and if you're going to be
What's up, Jax?
if you're going to be shooting anti-tank, anti-armor, make sure you bring extra rounds. For HPA guys, we will roll you back because there will be a moment between battle 1 and battle 2 where you're in a hasty defense. It's not POSX, and if you need to get an HPA fill, get on one of your vehicles. They'll roll you back to your LSA, the life support area, hit junkies, get an HPA fill, and then get taken back out.
Let me jump in real quick. You mentioned,
Sure.
because you mentioned two things. You mentioned gas and HPA. Got to remember, you guys that are going, if you're not used to playing in cold weather, your gas, your HPA especially, because in the morning you're going to go HPA and you're going to chrono, and then in the afternoon when that sun comes up and hits your bottle, it's going to expand the air.
Yep.
You got to be cognizant of that. You got to be aware of that. Also, be aware that your green gas is not going to be as effective. So if you can't figure out why your BBs aren't shooting because you're filling your mags, some mags are just going to leak it straight out. I mean, if they're not, if the mags aren't good, your AAG guys, make sure you bring extra batteries or bring a charger with you. Cold weather will deplete your batteries faster. Keep
Rapidly.
You mentioned, and you also mentioned the dehydration thing, guys. A lot of people don't realize you will dehydrate faster in the bitter cold. I don't know if it's going to be that cold, but in bitter cold, you'll dehydrate faster because your body's trying to stay warm. So please, it's not a joke. It's not and just some old airsoft bullshit. Hydrate it every damn time, every event we go to, somebody dehydrates. Like for real dehydrates.
I mean,
Please
they start the day looking like a grape, and they end round 1 looking like a raisin. But on a very serious note, when people talk about, I want to test myself, I want to test the kit. Yeah, man, an Iron Series is going to push. You're going to find the wall. You're going to find the wall. They may not be Iron Dagger where it's 24 and a half hours, but this mother is going 5 hours straight, 2.5 hour break for dinner, and then you're back out at around 1900 all the way till 2300. Yeah, man, that's a long time. We're putting a dinner break because we got food trucks coordinated to set up in the life support area so you guys can get some hot food and reload and recharge and get warmer, and roast some s'mores. All that's important. But, because I don't know about you, a lot of firefights were 90 seconds to 2 minutes long. Anything that went beyond that, you realized you weren't in a firefight, you were in a battle. And battles usually last about 4 hours in real life before you have to get resupplied. Otherwise, some shit went horribly wrong, and you're in Cider City for 80 days. Neither here nor there. Okay, so anyway, so load plan. We did a whole podcast, me and Coach, talking about sustainment planning. You don't need to bring a whole rucksack, but I'd bring my whoopee, an extra pair of socks, an extra layer, so I can take layers off, put layers on. I have no doubt some dude will pack like 2 Odin's worth of BBs and think that's enough for the whole day as he's rocking a saw.
Marley,
So,
gasket, Gasket.
So, but
Oh,
yeah,
for Gasket, hydration. Just because there's water and beer doesn't mean you're hydrating.
Yes. No. There's a sandwich in every
But yeah.
beer. Also, you can eat.
Clip that, send it to him. I don't care.
Michelob Ultra is not water. It's still beer. Sorry. But yeah, for the guys that are going to come out, man, the weather report looks good. It's getting favorable every day.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
you know, it's an iron series. It's going to push you. You want to be pushed. Some of you want to be pushed. I love the guys who say, "Oh, I want to do Iron Dagger." No, you don't. By the end of the weekend, you're like, "Why did I sign up for this?" Because you told me you wanted to do it. You humped my leg so much that I said, "Fine, we're doing Iron Dagger in 26. We're doing Iron Dagger in 25." And if we do an Iron Dagger in 2025, it will not be at GTI. It will be at a whole other location, which I can't tell anyone, not even the other event producers, until we're solid.
I keep secrets. I'm good.
I can't. I mean, because we're nowhere near finalizing the. All I can say is it's a location that would be epic, just because we've never used it.
See,
Downtown LA. Yes, I heard they have a lot of space right now. Oh,
that was one thing. That was something that we actually didn't. You didn't emphasize at all. But I mean, in closing, as a reminder, this is a new AO. Like
Yes.
we just kind of talked about it like this was a place we were going to. This didn't exist before.
This is a state park.
This is the first time. This is a state park. First time this has ever happened there, legally at least. I don't know if anybody before, but this has never. There's never been an event here. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Guys, pay attention to that because you've all been asking for. Well, I've been to GTI 32 times, and these guys. Then come and play here.
Yeah, it's not that far. Show up.
Come see what a different style of environment is. Come see if you're any good in the woods.
Did you still have some tickets left? Are there some tickets left or no?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of tickets. Western needs you.
Let's do it, guys. There's no reason not to. Absolutely no reason not to.
Camping is free. Okay. Yes, we'll have heated showers, heated latrines, so you don't need to do a baby wash bath. There'll be a bathhouse with hot water, free for the campers. RV slots are first come, first serve, minus the ones we've already pulled aside. So yeah, Snake, call me Garden Snake. That's jacked up. But yeah, Western 10 for those guys that ask me all the time. Western needs you, so we're gonna let tickets go a little bit longer. Snick, we talked about the 3-park solution next year. That's what happens next year. 3 parks: Westland, Eastland, and Grayland. So you'll have three AOs with a ring route and boats. So
guys, if you're thinking about doing your mill sims, now's the time. Now's the time.
Because you guys should totally do one in July. I'm like, no, July is too fucking hot. So yeah.
Sounds like Disney World with all these parks. Can I get the park hopper pass so I can go from park to park?
The fast pass?
Yeah, the fast pass.
TCA membership. That's what we're doing now.
TCA
the TCA black card. Don't leave home without it.
It has a sticker on the back like you're a Disney adult, but it's just for TCA.
Yeah. So, don't miss this one. You want to be a plank holder. You want to say that, hey, man, I was there. We want to leave the AO better than we found it. It is a state park. So, yeah, my heart hurts right now. I'm sorry.
It's exciting.
Fucking Reaper wants to do a polar plunge. He's crazy.
Nope.
So,
have fun with that one. All right. So
I'd be down with
we shut up.
I mean, no, it's stupid. Call me.
All right. So closing notes. Anything at all?
Waivers will be up here soon. So people can knock out their digital waivers. Tickets are still on sale. Yes, it's $135. You heard me right, folks. $135.
Like I said, no reason not to do it. $135 is nothing.
We went retro like 2020. Was it like 2014? So has nothing to do with the outcome of the elections.
Not too soon. Not too soon.
Not too soon.
Not too soon.
So, but yeah,
Awesome. Well, congratulations, by the way, on getting the AO. Congratulations on introducing boats into your Milsim events.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy cool.
That's
I'm looking
that's
forward
a
to it.
small amount of people. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. As always, thank you for coming on, guys. By the way, 2 weeks, we're gonna have Sal back on, as well as Ken and Jack have agreed to be on for the AAR. So we're actually going to
Yes.
get
nice.
It's going to be an awesome AAR because we're going to get to talk about what we literally just said: the new AO, the new boat landings, the new everything about it, the whole
Yep.
Iron Series. We're going to actually be able to talk about that. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing the AAR for this.
Yep.
Thank you all very much. Sal, thank you again, guys. And we will see you all next time. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm saying it all too fast. There we go. See you guys.
While there's
next
downtime,
time.
slight shout out, Jax. Your impact, the cherub impacts and the indoor are lethal. Thank you, sir. For indoor, the cherubs are fantastic.
And let me throw a quick happy birthday to oh god, to Pierce. It's Pierce's birthday.
Oh,
Happy
Pierce
birthday.
Thurman. Happy birthday, Pierce.
All right. Yeah, guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks if or next Saturday up
Next
in
next weekend.
next weekend, North Carolina. Y'all be good till then.
Woo!